Hello, everybody. Glad to see y'all. Hope everybody's doing good. Uh, Medina will be here in a second. She turned on some lights for me.
And let there be
And
light.
let there be light. I got to turn this back one off behind me here. It's lighting up my gray hair.
Hey, everybody.
I hope everybody's good. I was actually editing another film on our solar. I'm doing a review on our solar on our other channel. So I didn't realize what time it was. Dina said, "Hey, it's 7 o'clock. You better get on there." So here we are. We're going to talk about something tonight. I'm fixing to play a
We are going
what
to talk
am I?
about something tonight.
Yeah, I'm fixing to play a what am I fixing to play? I'm fixing to play something. Oh, a video. Yeah, but I was thinking about something at the same
Maggie,
time. Let me see if
please.
I can go find it.
Please.
I need to put this. I got not a disclaimer. It is a Maggie. Maggie, no,
Maggie, stop.
stop.
You just want attention tonight. Stop.
A thing on our new. We had to delete our other one. We got to do it again. The one we did the opening because I had bought a subscription to this music service for it's like $120 a year. No, it's $220 a year. Anyway, it's a lot of money. It's for our other channel, and I used one of the songs during that intro on this channel, and they gave me a copyright strike for it. So I got to redo that again. But so I don't really have this disclaimer, this news disclaimer on this channel, but so that I can play a news feed and stuff like that. I swear, I tell you what, these balls, Maggie brings one over all the time when we're doing these because she wants me to play ball with her in the RV.
We don't play ball in the RV.
But I don't know why, but when I start talking, don't let her spill that water. Okay. When I start talking on here, she gets all crazy and wants us to do something. Also, I want you to hold me accountable because after she gets back from Georgia, she's going to Georgia on a trip with her cousins. And after I get back, I'm starting my keto again so that I won't have all this big old stuff on my chin anymore.
Okay.
And I won't have the belly fat. So, y'all, you need to hold me accountable on that. Okay, so we're going to discuss a couple things first. One is Summer Wells. There is an update on the Summer Wells case. At least there is the Candace and her husband have hired an attorney now. Both of them have got lawyers and they're not cooperating with police anymore. That is a biggie. And because I'm wondering if it's because they started a new search out there around the farm, which may say that they're getting close to something. But anyway, I'm playing this video.
Crews are back on the ground in Hawkins County.
Come on.
Crews are back on the ground in Hawkins County for day 2 in their planned small-scale search for missing 6-year-old Summer Wells. Thanks.
Okay, let me try that again.
Crews are back on the ground in Hawkins County for day 2 in their planned small-scale.
Oh, anyway, this is my internet for you. We hopefully will be able to play the other one because I'm really dependent on playing that one. Anyway, I'll explain it to you. The sheriff's department out there did another 2-day search with K9 and Maggie. Stop
it.
Goodness gracious. She's taking her nose, moving the laptop. Stop. Maggie.
I'm going to get the yellow thing.
But anyway, they did a 2-day search. They searched around all the cliffs out there, the bluffs, and they covered ground. They said they covered ground that they covered before, and they covered ground that they have not covered. So I don't know why that is, but I guess one thing is when she was missing, I think she's been missing now 9 months. When she went missing, there was still a lot of growth, and well, it was summertime because she had been swimming that day. There were a lot of undergrowth, snakes, a lot of things that would keep a lot of the briar patches and everything being searched. Now, why they didn't search this earlier places, as soon as the fall came, I don't know. But they did search big locations, and so far this was like February the 28th, 29th. So if anything would have been found, I feel pretty sure that something would have been posted about them finding bones or whatever by now. But so far, now I understand that the interview room did a pretty scathing what I read, and I don't know if it was scathing or not. I haven't watched it, but they wasn't real nice about usually they've been kind of kid gloves with them. At least that's my opinion. Okay, is that he hasn't come down on Candace or the other guy, the father, but supposedly they took the gloves off last night. Don't know. Maybe one of y'all watched it. I didn't, and maybe you can tell me if it was like that or not. Um, but but anyway, since there's just some reasons why I don't watch his. In fact, I hardly ever get a chance to watch anybody's stuff that doesn't have um, stuff that I'm not closely following or have. There's some people that I actually go online with and talk to. I like to watch AK stuff and a lot of other people, some people, but very little others for whatever my personal reasons. But anyway, we want to talk about also, I did check with on the Michael Vaughn, and we want to highlight him again here on him. I tell you, this computer tonight is not cooperating. Here we go. Michael Vaughn, Monkey Joseph Vaughn is still missing. 5 years old, but he closing in on 6 now with July. Last seen 6 p.m. near his home. This is the car they are looking for. This comes out of Fruitland, Idaho. And, we're going to be out west this summer. And if I'm in that area out there, I'm going to ride through there and give you all a bird's eye view of what that place looks like, just so you'll get an idea. But anyway, he has not been found as of yet, and I'm sure, and they are calling it an abduction now. So be on the lookout if you live in that area. I have not had a chance today to tell me if this young man has been found or not. Can you look that up and see, Dana, real quickly?
Hey.
Donovan W. Jones Jr.
Hold on.
DJ, 19 years old.
Leave it up there just
from Zachary, Louisiana. We're going to find out here if he has been found yet or not. Hopefully he is found safe, but we're going to find out here in a minute. She's checking on that. While I tell you about Olivia Fowler, I did check on this today. Olivia has no updates reference to her case. Nothing. No, she has not been found as of yet. From what I can find out, if y'all know something different, please let me know.
He has not been found yet.
Oh, so gentleman has not been found yet. DJ.
That's a nice looking young
Donovan
man.
Jones. Not been found. Look this one up too, Dean. I had this another one I did not have a chance to find. This is also Bailey Bell. And if you remember, I think she was the one that had been possibly, they believe, had been human trafficked. We'll know that in just a minute. Have you looked at? Find out if any word on that.
Last seen 6 days ago. This is reported 6 days ago. In the past week, past 24 hours. A lot of times when I do past 24 hours, it brings all this other junk up, but nothing on her either.
Okay, we want to talk. This is one that's just basically had been missing and it's not getting a lot of press on it. I did notify their Facebook page today and told her we're going to try to cover this. Seems like a very sad situation. I'm going to give you the rundown of it, but I'm going to play and then I'll play a little newscast, and we can actually look at what's reported. I believe Dateline reported gave a uh, where I got my information from. Apparently, this mother, she has kids. She's black female, hairdresser. She had a pretty big Instagram following. Um, very active in her community. Uh, very good mother, for what I can tell. Very strong, big family. I think it's South Carolina. I'll know exactly here when I show you. This is the poster of her. Um, she was South Carolina, Anderson, South Carolina. She had been complaining to her mother that she felt like she was being followed. Some strange behavior, like usually she's out on weekends and visiting her friends and all this, but she was kind of staying close to home, close to some of her friends. She went and she went to drop off one of her children to their father, and as soon as they dropped it off, she sped off and in one direction at a high rate of speed, and he thought that was kind of weird. Tried to get a hold of her, couldn't get a hold of her. He has an alibi. I know that's the first thing everybody asks. What about that father? He has an alibi. They did find her car about 30 miles away from this area where she disappeared from. All of her cell phone, money, wallet, everything was found inside the car. A bonnet thing that she was wearing on top of her head, a hairpiece of whatever, has fallen, found outside the car on the ground, which they thought that was very suspicious. The family did. So,
well, it is. You know
yeah,
why?
I mean, that's usually if you fall down, you can pick it up. That's what they said.
Well, no, if a woman's hairpiece comes
Right.
off, oh yeah, she's gonna get it back on her head real quick.
Yeah, and I just don't believe. I believe sometimes people, for whatever
No.
reasons, they don't give any press like they need to. But anyway, I'm gonna play you this. Come on, play now, Maggie.
Alexis's mother says she talked to her daughter just hours before they say she was last. Alexis's mother says she talked to her daughter just hours before they say she was last seen. In complete shock right now. They say they just want to bring her home, back to her family and children.
Alexis was reported missing Tuesday, February 1st.
The search for Alexis Ware continues.
We just want Alexis home.
The Anderson County Sheriff's Office says Alexis was last seen more than a week ago.
She means the world to the entire family. Alexis is the light of the party.
Deputies say she was last seen headed north on Highway 29. Alexis's family says she met up with her children's father to drop the kids off. They say the two left, but then Alexis sped off. Her family says her children's father tried to call her, but couldn't get a hold of her.
When I wake up, that's all that's on my mind. When I lay down, I hate to even go to sleep thinking that I'm sleeping peaceful and she's somewhere out there.
The sheriff's office says Alexis's car was found in McCormick County Thursday.
Alexis's mother, Alberta, has received numerous messages from a person claiming to know her whereabouts.
I asked to speak to her. Can you send me a picture of her? They never put her on the phone, even though they said they would.
Alexis's family is begging for answers.
We can't do anything but think about her. This beautiful young lady right here. She needs to come home. We need her home.
Investigators say they're searching the entire region, including McCormick County, where Alexis's car was last found. If you have any information, you're asked to contact the Anderson County Sheriff's Office. Live in Anderson County, Kylie Jones, WYFF News 4.
All right. Well, On my computer here, it never showed it was working. So that other one, we'll play that, try that in a minute and see if I can get that other one to play. As far as we know, there's no domestic violence involved. Um, she was trying to build up her brand on Instagram, and she had made some comments, and I'm going to go ahead and let you read over them with me. I've read this over a couple of times today, trying to get all of it out, but and it's got some pretty good pictures over here. It's a family word, a missing mom of two, Alexis Ware. I'm waking to wake up from this nightmare, and 29 years old, man, just young. Maggie, down,
Stop.
get down. These dogs.
What is y'all's problem?
I don't know. When we're watching TV here, they never bother us like this, and I don't know what her problem is tonight.
When I'm beating him at Rummy, they don't bother us. He wishes they would.
This, it says it's been over a month since Alexis Ware. Alexis Ware had last been seen in South Carolina. Her family, very unusual for the 29-year-old mother of two to be out of touch with them for so long. And that, I'm not going to go completely through this and read every word, but basically it says that she would always had, been in touch with her kids. She's always calling all day long. It's going to be unusual for her to go 2 days without talking. And now that, that they're worried something bad has happened to her. And here's the thing with the messages somebody sent her, that could be somebody playing a cruel joke.
Right.
That could be somebody wanting money. That could be, to finally lead her on and on, lead the mother on and on and on, then finally ask, for $10,000 or whatever to return their daughter. So they can probably trace that. Hopefully the police will get involved in that and find out where that IP
wants to know
address
if there was any word that her car was fingerprinted.
I'm sure they did. The police said they did a thorough search around the car and around the whole area with K9 and everything. I'm sure they went through and did that. They're not saying what they did about it, and they're not saying any of that. Alexis was a hairdresser, loves fashion, a great personality, had several appointments set up to do photo shoots, but she didn't make any of them. A lot of people say, well, maybe she just took out a phone on her own. Well, they did all of this, and she never made her any of her appointments. It says here, Alberta, which I think that's either her mother, or I didn't go back and read that and see exactly, but it says told Dateline. Okay. The weekend of January, Alexia had been hanging out with her family all weekend long, and it says it wasn't the Alexis that they used to. Said I knew something was going on with her. So obviously she was feeling maybe threatened by somebody or stalked by somebody. And the one thing she says on here too is that she mentioned about, their kids being with her and being followed, and something was wrong. She was upset about something, and she said, even her mother said, I'm Alberta said, I was worried something was wrong. During the family weekend, said her daughter was crying about the upcoming 30th birthday. Said, and this was not like her because she planned her birthdays out weeks, months in advance about what she was going to wear, what shoes she's going to wear, made a big deal. But this time she said stuff like she didn't know if she was going to see her birthday. That she's given the telltale signs of being stalked, by somebody.
Beach Bum said she didn't drive that car in that field. She wore heels, I bet. I hope. And no, she didn't hike out there. And
yeah, it was a
who
hunting
was the
area.
last to see her?
Well, they had her on video, the car on video. It'll tell in this. They said police told them that the car had been driven a while, that the video captured the car in an apartment complex in another area, but the last person actually saw her was her ex, the child's father, and video cameras saw the meeting in the parking lot. Everything appeared to be good on the meeting, and saw her speed out of the parking lot and leave him there. So, they do see, video does have her leaving in a hurry, or look like she's trying to get away or something. Said very out of character because Alexa has always gone all out for her birthday. That was big for her, where she, months in advance, she got her birthday outfit together, shoes, hair, they're saying all that. Said, so, she hadn't done any of these things. So that was very, very odd.
TS wants to know, could she have had a mental breakdown?
Well, could be, but she said a few things in here, that led them to believe that somebody might be stalking her some way. Said Alberta told Dateline on Saturday night of January the 29th, 2022, that Alexa talked about being followed. So she's already talked about being followed. Said she sat here and cried. She wasn't telling me exactly what was going on. It was like she knew something was going on with her. Well, she's crying. Yeah, I would think so. She felt that something was going to happen to her. So, obviously she had something. She knew maybe somebody's threatening her in some way. She left around noon on Sunday and then called her to check on her around 3. And she said she saw her laying on her bed on her phone. I guess they were doing a video chat. Yeah, video chat. She answered right away. She said she was laying in bed taking a nap. Well, it's Sunday. Everybody takes a nap on Sunday.
I do.
A few hours later, she said she got a phone call from her father, Alexa's youngest child, around 7:30 p.m.
From the father of Alexis' younger child.
Okay. And Alberta knew right away that something was wrong. He asked me, have I spoke to her, and was explaining that they had met at the gas station. She gave him the children. But Alberta said that it was because of the way they parted ways that caused him to have some concern. And that was because she peeled out in the parking lot, the way I understand it. Go ahead and read that, Dina. Can you read that or see it? You mean make it bigger?
Yeah, make it bigger. Okay.
Gotta go off.
Okay. Alberta told Dateline that after getting gas, Alexa planned to follow him to his mother's home before heading back to Alberta's house. Instead, after giving him the kids, Alberta said she actually shot around him at a high rate of speed and made a quick right in at the red light and took off from there. So she may have seen somebody.
She may have seen somebody across the road.
Yeah.
Was afraid to even tell him about it.
Yeah.
Something was up.
Alberta said that the father of Alexis' youngest child told her that he tried calling her but couldn't get a hold of her. So after a few tries, he called Alberta, and Alberta tried calling Alexis herself, but the call went straight to voicemail. The last known sighting of Alexis Ware is at a 7-Eleven gas station off Highway 29 in Anderson, South Carolina on January 30th, 2022. The family grew more concerned on Monday, January 31st, when Alexa still hadn't gotten in touch. On Tuesday, February 1st, 2022, Alexa's sister filed a police report that Alexa was missing. When asked if there was any security footage from the gas station, Alberta told Dateline they actually showed us the footage of the meeting at the 7-Eleven parking lot. Nothing seemed out of the norm at all. Nothing looked suspicious of anything until, of course, she reportedly sped off.
That at least the police are showing the film, but there's some other statements in here. What they say about how the police handled it, it's really, I don't know. It's really kind of confusing to me. Said the stepfather, Frank, told Dateline that her father of Alexis' younger child proceeded home from the gas station and went to work the following day. His alibi and everything checked out with detectives. We made all types of efforts to find out where she may have gone and whatever, and all the leads have come up empty handed. And I don't know if you know it or not, but there's been a lot of girls missing in South Carolina. I've followed a case, if I can get this to go right. I followed several cases up there over the years, and of course, people missing everywhere, but there is something going on up there.
Beach Bum said, why not stay where a guy was and in the public instead of taking off by herself? Lake Fury said, I hope Ellie checked if someone had a tracker on her car, but being in the field, it could have been taken off. You know, those tracker things are really scary now.
Yeah, they're talking about the real-time trackers they're using for pets now, being able to track people. You can throw them. We, in law enforcement, there's two ways to track. There's the real-time tracking, and there's what they call a data logger. And I actually had a data logger when I was in narcotics, where you could actually, if you had somebody that was going to get drugs, we were trying to find out where somebody was going to pick up drugs.
Do you need to go potty?
Well, I just had them out.
Oh.
So what we would do is if they brought their car off of, say at the store where it's off their property, then you could go put it up under their car, and then when they go and pick up drugs or whatever, find it off their property again, you could pick it up. But nowadays, I think you have to have a court order or warrant to do that. At the time that we could do that, we never had the chance to really do it. You didn't need a court order as long as it was off their property when it was placed on their car. Nowadays, you have to get a warrant, and then the real-time trackers they can actually copy on the computer. But these little things, you can buy them. They're not very expensive.
they're not.
Like $100.
No. They were $30. Remember, it was $29. We were going to get one for Maggie.
Okay, well, they are just little things, and as long as and I don't see those real-time trackers in the past, they had to have a visible to the sun or the sky where a satellite could track them. They're to real time. But I don't understand these saying that you could toss them in the back seat, basically, or put them some way of put them here. And I'm not telling somebody how to do this, but everybody knows how to do it. They put a magnet on the outside of them and put them on the bumper of a car. I mean, it'd be, how many people go around and look at their car? I know I don't go around to the back, and I'm probably the most paranoid, cautious person about some things you've ever seen, because I know how people are in the criminal world. But
there was a girl that found one when she opened her gas cap to put gas.
It was in there. But also, I've heard of people putting them behind the mirror.
Yeah.
If they got this plastic dome, they'll pop them behind the mirror in there.
And they can track you. They can drop one in your purse.
Tracking.
They can drop one in your purse when you walk by.
I think you have to still have a clear eye to the sky. So
no, because if it was in the gas, if it was in
I don't know
where the gas store was,
that might have been a data logger too. But if the data loggers come on and off when you stop, they'll run for a little bit and then they'll come on and off. They're battery operated. Okay, let me see. Did I do this here?
No. A few days later, Alexis' red Honda Accord was found in McCormick, South Carolina, around 30 miles south of Anderson. All her belongings were left in the vehicle. Her cell phone, her daughter's cell phone, her purse, her identification, Frank said. There was also a bag with clothes found in the trunk. Alexis' mother and stepfather think it was odd that Alexa would be in McCormick area. She lives in Greenville, South Carolina. Alberta began to say when Frank finished her sentence, which is 30 minutes opposite of Anderson. They said Alexa did not have friends or family in McCormick, and they have no ties to the area that they knew of. McCormick County Sheriff's Department posted a statement from the sheriff on February 9th that the search was conducted in the surrounding area where her car was found, that they joined almost 10 other agencies, executed a grid search of 222 acres of land at or near where the vehicle Alexa was discovered. 222.
Yeah. And, it shows right away that the police did take it serious. And they even used the helicopter, K9s, teams, and air support via helicopter. No trace of her was found. They said they really tried to find her. They really did all they could to find her.
It says this was truly a unified event with all having the same purpose to find Alexis Ware. The sheriff's statement read, "Please know that while this search ended with negative results, our focus and search continue until Alexis is found and reunited with her family." Alberta told the police that last Wednesday the family had a meeting with detectives on the case. We found out that her hair bonnet was laying outside her car right on the ground. Alberta said that right there is enough to say there had to be some kind of scuffle take place. When she was at the gas station, it was on her head. So if it came off, the first instinct you would do as a woman is pick it up and put it back on, which is what I said.
Yeah.
They didn't see the suspicious. They didn't see that as suspicious. They didn't see her walking away from her vehicle and leaving her personal items and anything. That's not what a woman would do.
Yeah.
Why did they not think it was suspicious?
Well, we don't know. I don't know why it did. I hope the police didn't come out and say, we don't think that's suspicious, because anybody in their right mind would think that's suspicious, unless they think she's trying to hurt herself. She went, left it and everything, but they would have found her,
Or unless they don't have never been around women who wear wigs and stuff.
Well, they wouldn't leave. She's talking about leaving all their stuff in the car.
Yeah.
Said Alberta told Dateline that authorities told the family told the family Alexis' car had done quite a bit of traveling before being found in McCormick. They did give us information that had been seen in an apartment complex in Anderson, South Carolina, where the outgoing camera actually caught that. Alberta said. They still cannot tell you who was driving the vehicle. That's the problem is, you'll see that there. They said Alexis' car was apparently traveled to Augusta, Georgia during the time, according to Alexis' stepfather. Georgia back to McCormick is 30 miles, so the vehicle traveled at least an hour from Anderson to travel to Georgia and ended up in a hunting field in McCormick, South Carolina. And they said basically this was like a recreational hunting field. So it wouldn't be somewhere that you would expect her to be out.
Okay, well,
walking around.
When the police said it was an all-out hunt, did they bring dogs?
Yes.
Okay.
K9, helicopters, all that.
Okay.
And you can assume this, and I'm just telling you because of the police helicopters that I've been around, they have FLIR on them, which what that is they put it on the ground and it heat. Any heat from somebody walking or at night or in the daytime would show up. They could even see deer out there.
I think she needs to go outside.
Well, I just had them. I mean, just like 2 minutes ago. It said all that's a rural area. When I say rural area, it's basically a recreational hunting. In the past month, her family had been conducting their own searches, and said we've been passing out flyers, searches with searches, and we've exhausted all the avenues of trying to bring her home. And it sounds like to me that the family has done everything right. You know, they've passed out flyers, they've searched, they've contacted her friends, they've contacted or other organizations. The brother, her half brother Travis, was a radio television personality, and he runs a nonprofit organization in Charleston, South Carolina. Um, since he's further away, he hasn't been able to help out, excuse me, of some of the in-person searches, but he's working through broadcasting field, radio, television, that sort of thing to get the word out about his step half sister missing and looking to find her safe and unharmed. And they here, Travis, the half brother, said he hopes that Alexis' disappearance does not have anything to do with her activity on social media. At the time, she had a huge following, and whether that's on Facebook or Instagram. So, you know, that could be. And I'll be, you know, I'm just tell you, that is one reason why we, most of the time, I'm not saying all of them, most of the time, we're running a couple of weeks behind ahead of our actual videos, our travel videos. Like we might publish a video on our RV channel that says we're in a state park somewhere, but we'll actually be in Michigan, maybe 600-700 miles away, because you just never know who's out there. If there's been people like been threatened on. I know the nomadic fanatic guy. He got some guy was stalking him or something. He had to get a criminal warrant out for him. There was another girl that had to contact the FBI because she got threatened. Just a lot of stuff. So, you know,
you guys are so smart. I mean,
I just
most
make
people
sure
don't know that
we're.
it's a federal crime for crossing state lines.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something else too. If you're a YouTuber, say, or anybody, and you're being stalked on here, it's a federal crime. Or you're being threatened on here, it's a federal crime. They've had several people arrested like that. I mean, I only thing I worry about, I don't worry about anybody I've arrested in the past. I don't worry about anybody that I've had dealings with in the past and narcotics or anything.
Me?
I want you to look at this.
Are you kidding me? There is not.
I don't know what this dog's problem is tonight, but she is wanting to be right up here amongst us. I don't know what it is, but you know, I think I worry about Medina being out by herself if we were real time with our travels and our videos. And
they'd bring me back. I'm mean as a rattlesnake.
Nah. But anyway, let me see here. With this, I got this poster up here, and I was trying to read some of the fine print on it here.
According to the report on WIS10 News,
it just goes over what we just read. We got up the road, won a red light, and she went around me, sped off.
I think she saw somebody.
Says that she tried to call him, couldn't call him. Yeah, so she obviously was trying to outrun somebody. That's what it appears to me. Was trying to outrun somebody. But if you, I don't know if you can, but if you go over and if you got a screen capture this missing poster, or either go to look it up and capture this poster or copy it and post it on all your social media accounts, because this family needs some help. Like I've said before, I can't imagine what they're going through, and but they need some help finding her, just disappearing out of thin air. This was the thing I was going to I'm going to try to play that other video on the summer wells, but this was a thing that I saw on a Twitter feed that TBI agents and Hawkins County Sheriff's Office detectives and investigation of circumstances leading to the disappearance of Summer Wells. Photos were taken this morning as crews searched previously identified points of entrance in the areas surrounding Summer Wells' house, and this shows the TBI. I'll be honest with you, they better be doing some searching in the woods quickly, because it's getting warm, and then, as we call them down in the South, our no shoulders are going to be out. In other words, the snake's going to be out. Let me see if this video will play.
Can you post it on the community page? They said.
Yes, I will.
Crews are back on the ground in Hawkins County for day 2 in their planned small-scale search for missing 6-year-old Summer Wells. Thanks for joining us. I'm Casey Marler. March 15th will mark 9 months since family members say they last saw Summer at their Beach Creek community home. News Channel 11's Ansley Daniel joins us live where search efforts are underway. Hi, Ansley.
Hey, Casey. Yes, there are searchers out here from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation as well as the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office. I'm told those are the only 2 agencies working this search group today. There are also some canines here as well. Now, this is the command center that was set up back in the height of that search back in June of last year. Now, in an interview this morning, Sheriff Lawson says 9 months later, authorities aren't any closer to finding the missing 5-year-old, but searches like this are just a part of this investigation.
We actually have not stopped looking for Summer. This is just another part of it that we are looking over some ground we've been on before and maybe some new ground we hadn't covered, and just trying to turn up anything we possibly can to find this little girl.
Now, these crews are assigned to specific areas out here in Beach Creek. I'm told that some of this is mountainous terrain and some of it is also open field searching. Live in Beach Creek, Ansley Daniel, News Channel 11.
And the one thing is that I thought, and I didn't get it here on him, is he did do a separate interview with another news thing. He said the parents are no longer cooperating, that they've hired attorneys. So, maybe they see them out there searching, they're getting worried about something, and now they've decided to call or hire an attorney, which they've already said and talked and have been interviewed by everybody in the world. So the attorney, I don't know many attorneys other than, they're going to tell them don't talk to nobody, but they've already shot themselves in the foot on that. They've already talked, and maybe they think for some reason that they needed one, that maybe she's going to be found, and maybe that they need one. I think they probably will need one, in my opinion, but what do I know? We are going to end this tonight about in a few more minutes, because of our president's going to talk in a State of the Union, and we are going to listen to that. Remember to pray for the people of Ukraine and the children over there, the innocent people that are there, and pray for the troops that are defending their homeland. I read something on Facebook today. It said the people of Ukraine are giving a fine example of patriotism. They are defending their homeland. So anyway, I hope everybody has a great night. I would really appreciate it. And I keep saying this again. I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe to this channel and share this channel on your social media, as well as the 1 Million Mile Road Trip. We are trying to get more. We still have not crossed the 1,000 subscribers to that count. It's like 820 something. It fluctuates.
Even with us posting the top topless blonde in the polka dot bikini.
Even with a topless blonde bikini. Anyway,
And if you don't know what we're talking about, you need
you
to go
have to
check
go
it out.
over and check it out. But
Hey,
we would appreciate if you would subscribe and share that.
Lake Superior said my mom bought all her daughters and granddaughters little stun guns with flashlights. You know, if I had a granddaughter or I had a young daughter, I would want them to learn that Israeli fighting, that Krav Maga.
It's ground fighting,
Yeah.
basically. I'm gonna tell you about the stun guns. I'm gonna be very honest with you. They're gonna scare away people that don't know what they're doing, but are just trying to scare them. But they're a real criminal, a real guy that's used to grabbing somebody. You have got to have their hand. You've got to be so close to them to be able to use that. I mean, it may scare somebody off, but I mean, I'm not very impressed with them. They've got a couple of things now that and I know a lot of people don't want to buy a firearm or whatever because of the laws in your state. And I do not encourage you getting a gun unless you get training for it. That's the main thing. And you have some way of securing it in your home, like a lock box with a fingerprint release on something, not just a key lock. Because if you have kids, especially. But I saw something the other day in one of the RV books that I was reading. They sell something now. It looks like a gun, but instead of a gun, it actually it shoots I think it shoots pepper balls, or it shoots some type of stunning mechanism.
That just make them mad.
I don't know. I've been hit with a taser before. It didn't make me mad.
On my pistol, I've got a laser that when I point it, and I've got a hold of the grip. When I point it, I know exactly where that bullet's going, and so do they.
Yeah, a lot of people though are against firearms for whatever reason. It's a personal choice. And even in California where they had, I remember I saw a thing on when the Hillside Strangler or the Night Stalker was out there raping and killing people. The gun sales were through the roof because said even the people were against guns were buying guns because they realized this may be the only way to stop him, when they did get him. But if you ever get a chance to watch that, I know Dina doesn't like that kind of stuff. That is that guy was evil.
I don't like stuff like that.
All right. Well, listen.
Hey, the blonde in the bikini, the blonde in the polka dot bikini is right here beside me.
Yeah.
She just doesn't have her bikini on.
She didn't have her bikini on. That's true. But anyway, y'all have a great night and watch the president speak tonight. No matter what your political beliefs are, this country's in a heck of a mess right now, and Ukraine is, and the world's in a very dangerous spot right now with everybody talking about nuclear war and all this other kind of stuff. So, only thing we can say about that is,
come on, sweet Jesus,
is God's in control. That's it. That's the only thing we can say about that. All right. Well, y'all have a great night, and God bless y'all, and we hope to see you next time. And check out our other channel if you haven't already. We sure would appreciate it.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.